So, introduce yourself.
I'm Mistress Delilah Demeaner. I'm a professional dominatrix, and I've been doing this for about 12 years.
12 years. How did you get into it?
One of my really close friends had been a dominatrix, and she said I kind of was a dominatrix already in my personal life. I had, like, different guys that would come over, and one would polish my shoes, and one would, and I called them my helpers, but now, I guess in translation, they're my slaves.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, how do you enjoy it?
I do. I really have a lot of fun. In fact, I, work every day, even like my birthday and holidays and stuff like that, because I just have so much fun doing it. That and it's, I think what they say is like winning in the game of life when you actually find something that you love to do and get paid for it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun, and I love the variety of it because every client is so different.
Yeah. So without talking about specific clients and what they do, what you're saying before that a lot of your clients are judges. What other occupations are some of your clients?
Cops, lawyers, real estate people. Obviously, a lot of people that have high earning that they're able to come see me pretty often.
So what is it about a powerful man that wants to be treated to a dom?
They're tired of being in charge all the time. At home, at work, everyone's always asking them a million questions and having them make all the decisions. So I call it kind of like a little mental vacation where they can come here. They leave their title and their how important they are at the door, and they just are just like every other client, and they come submissive and just follow orders, and they don't have to make any decisions, because on the phone previously when I'm screening them, I kind of find out what they like, what they're looking for, so that way they don't have to tell me in person, because sometimes they're a little shy or uncomfortable with talking about certain things, so that way I make it so they can tell me over the phone. And but when they get here, I already know the information that I need to, and then they don't have to make any decisions or anything like that.
So when you're talking here, you're talking about the dungeon.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So.
But although they can, if they they would prefer going a different route or something like that, they do have the ability to let me know. So they're able to speak up, but they don't have to make any decisions, just to clarify.
So I'm really into consent.
Uh-huh.
So I want to give you a safe word in case I ask you any questions that you're not comfortable with.
Okay.
So your safe word is, Jedi Steve, you're my daddy.
Okay.
And don't feel that pressured into answering that just because you don't want to call me your daddy.
Okay.
So I think that a lot of people have certain things that happen to them,
Mm-hmm.
and then they break out of the mold, and they get out of the way of themselves. When my father died, there's a lot of things after that opened up for me. So, do you feel that you're potentially a healer in some way?
Most definitely. There's a lot of people call it therapy, and I've even had a couple psychiatrists refer me. Some patients refer to come and see me, even though I don't even know the psychiatrist or whatever, but they read my website and they have heard about me or whatever, and they've actually referred clients to me as part of therapy.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is the association with, like, pain and pleasure?
It's personal for each individual person. It's different. I think that sometimes it has to do with when they're younger. If they like for instance, ball busting. People don't understand why some people want to get kicked in the balls or have their balls tortured or whatever, which, I can understand that. It's an acquired taste, I guess.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like a boy might have gotten his, like, first boner when he was and getting kicked in the balls. He was watching somebody get kicked in the balls, or he was getting kicked in the balls, but it was maybe being the closest he ever has been to a girl or something like that. So wires kind of get crossed or different things get confused. And I have a lot of people who went to Catholic school and got spanked, and that's a lot of my spanking clients.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely a big influence in their childhood, but not always. Sometimes it's just it's kind of like you don't know if you like it until you try it. So sometimes people are just bored with their regular sex life, or they want to try something new and exciting. It's very different reasons for everybody.
I don't really have that association with pain, and at times, if the person consents to it, sometimes I'm more aggressive than the average person. But I remember one time I used to play baseball, and I had a strawberry on this from sliding on the side of it, and I was having sex with a woman, and I felt it burning on the side, and it kind of turned me on. And so I know that there's probably layers, and there's probably like a little freak opening within inside of me, to do it. I currently was with a woman this year, and she's been the first one that I feel I could just say anything to. Like usually it's like I feel really guarded with that, so that's why I know I'm like a little freakier than the average person, but also in some ways very, very conservative. So you're a healer. What is your exit strategy? You love doing this, but what is your exit strategy?
You mean like my retirement plan?
Yeah, your retirement plan.
Well, videos actually, because when I put videos for sale, the same video gets sold, up to, there's no limit, and then you can actually will that income to somebody when you die. So all your videos can keep being sold even when you die. So, I'm just gonna probably put up a bunch of videos, but to make it very clear, I do not film anybody unless they actually sign something asking. They have to ask me to videotape, and when it's very obvious it's being taped. There's so I don't tape anybody unless they ask for it and sign a waiver. They have to sign a model release giving me permission and stuff like that. But the ones that are interested, and there are a lot, selling those videos is my retirement plan. Maybe teaching, because I do have some people that work with me sometimes, and I teach them.
I saw on your website, so I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. Usually they're my personal friends, so I know what to expect from them, because it's kind of a gamble letting somebody else into my professional life, because I want to make sure that they're not going to do anything that is illegal or anything that could get me into trouble or ruin my relationship with the client or do something, out of line. So, but when I'm not doing it anymore, it'll be a little bit different, and I'd be more willing to teach more people.
Got it. So I have authority issues. So not towards you, but the fact that a judge would want to use somebody like you, I'm like thinking, is he in a position, or a police officer, are they in a position to be out there? So without talking to somebody specifically, is it something that I'm judging people just like I'm being judged as far as in the stigma?
Well, usually it's the more power people, and people like politicians do this too. I mean, a lot of people in really positions of power, they just they have even more desire to need a mental vacation and take a break from being in charge. So and, I mean, everybody's the same. As far as like usually in their everyday life, I think it's very common in the bedroom. They might not do it all the time with their significant other, but they crave the opposite of what they do every day.
Yeah. So more I was thinking, like, you see somebody in a big car and everything and say, oh, he must have a little dick, like every scene like that. I was thinking more in that realm as far as judgment and being a place of like having authority issues. It's my issue. Yeah. So I just wanted to do that, because some people that when I posted it, they had judgments also. So I wanted it was good to hear from your perspective.
Yeah, it's funny. Small dick humiliation is another big thing that people come to me for, and a lot of them do drive big trucks.
Yeah. Other people, not me.
Right.
Not me. She was. She said
my personal
she was
clients,
pointing her personal clients, not me.
Yeah.
Not me.